"Oh no, Burger, what have you done to your luscious hair?" Relax. I do this every couple months, then I let it grow out again. I just didn't want to do it before the meetup. I've been wanting to do it for a month, but I thought the fans probably expect me with long hair, since the last month or two all the videos have been long hair videos. So this is not a vlog. I'm not even gonna show pictures of the meetup. This is just going to be me talking about the meetup, so if you wanted to see any of that, click off now. Spoiler alert, it was tremendous. So 2 days before I headed off to Amsterdam, my brain was like, "Hey, my human, you are now depressed. Lol." That shit is just the bane of my existence, I swear to God. Like, imagine planning something for months in advance and then going, my brain probably isn't going to drain me of all ability to feel happiness and to engage socially with other people just at this exact point in time, now is it? But it does, because this shit is just random. But as phases of depression go, it was a very mild one to begin with. So I was pretty nervous about the meetup as such, as one would be, I suppose. I'd been spending the previous 1.5, 2 days with Buffalo Guy and Anfash, which was pretty cool, but the depression was still there. And so as I was standing there with the people who would all come by this Fusillade monument, I was like, damn, this is like 12 people. Statistically speaking, at least one of them has to be a dud. You know, like a person that you would be speaking to, but you wouldn't really want to be speaking to because they're boring, but you would have to be nice about it. Turns out, I was wrong about that. The statistics were wrong. For some reason, this group just sort of defied the numbers. There were a lot of, like, very different people there, but all of them, at some point, I thought, oh, I could have at least one great conversation with this person, probably more. Which again, that's just statistically unlikely. So whenever somebody showed up, like I shook their hand, I introduced myself as Burger, half as a joke, but also to help my brain, which was just refusing to compute. It was like, no, hold up. You know every person that knows you. Like, you have never seen these people before. There is no way that they know you, so you have to introduce yourself. Which is a kind of like mild cognitive dissonance that I just hadn't expected until it showed up. It's surreal meeting a group of people that like know a lot of things about you and kind of know you, but you don't even know their names, which I have tried to sort of remember them, but most of them have fallen out of my brain. Which I have been told verbatim that it was also very surreal meeting me. In the beginning, there was like a very low level of maybe reverence in the air, and that was weird to me because I'm just a guy who knows how to say things good. But that dissipated pretty quickly, and we made our way to a nearby bar where they were very happy to have us, obviously, because we were a fairly big group. And then the talking began, and I thought for a moment that, fuck, I'm gonna have to be this one-man show for the entire evening, and that's not gonna work, because the depression is still here, and I have sort of left, accidentally, my social A-game at home. And you know, obviously I had some moments where I was just ranting about something, talking, and everyone was just looking at me, but most of the time, people just talked to each other, which was very nice. I even had like moments of quiet where everyone was talking to each other and nobody was trying to talk to me, and I could just breathe for a minute and take stock of the situation, what was happening. I was really like surprised at how respectful everyone was being for that. I do believe that I achieved my goal of speaking to everyone like at least a little bit. If I broke off conversation with you, I'm sorry, it was because I just felt that I had to give everyone the time of day. It's like people had come from all over the Netherlands, and in some cases outside of the Netherlands, just to talk to me? So I kind of felt like I owed them at least one conversation. There are some people that I didn't get to talk to as much as I would have liked. Really, all of the people there are people that I didn't talk to as much as I would have liked, but let's keep this in context. And at some point, I was just relaxed. I was actually genuinely enjoying myself this evening, which, like, in the middle of a depression, let's just say that's a rare phenomenon. It was a bit like having beers with friends on your birthday, if that makes sense. Which I think is also why my brain just sort of switched into friends mode and I started doing the kinds of things that I traditionally only do with people that have known me for years IRL. The kind of jokes where I say them in just the right way so you're not entirely sure if I'm serious or not. So if at any point I said something utterly strange, that was a joke, and you being confused at it was exactly the reaction I was going for. I don't know how long we stayed, but I did catch like the very last train to my hostel, which was good. In the process of getting on the tram with Buffalo Guy and Anfash, I sort of didn't get the chance to say goodbye to like 2 or 3 people, I think, because I was under the impression that they were also going with that tram for some reason. Sorry, I guess. I don't know what you say in that kind of situation. If you wanted to take a picture with me, you have my permission to use Photoshop, I guess. I've been trying to sort of like reach out to people who were there if it was obvious to me that that was some person who was there, just so they'd have like an open line of communication with me, which I know is probably not standard procedure for when you meet people when you're a YouTuber or some shit. But I like people, and all of the people who attended I thought were kinda cool, so. I realized that I have this thing where I could just go into any major metropolis in the Western world and meet people there who like me even though they've never met me. And that is a luxury I would like to cultivate. That is, until I eventually come to the terrifying realization that I've opened myself up socially too much instead of just keeping things as slick and small as possible. And then I will just retreat into my castle. And yeah, that's basically the meetup. I went, like, home happy that night, which is impressive. I will definitely do more meetups in the future. I don't know when. I don't think there will be another one this year. Amsterdam obviously is like probably off the list for a while though, because I've been there recently. I don't really have much of a reason to go back. At least not anytime soon. Let them build like more of the cool new houses and then I'll go as a tourist again. Plus, I've got some other European cities to explore first. Although probably the next meetup will be in Hamburg, Germany, because it's like really convenient for me to get to. It's like an hour and a half away from where I live by train, and it's basically like Amsterdam without the legal drugs. Other candidates are obviously London, because I'll probably be at VidCon London, but I kind of don't want to get stabbed. LA, because I want to go to like VidCon, but I don't want to get shot. I'm trying to get to like Dublin, maybe like Lisbon, somewhere in Italy, I don't know, some interesting places, Barcelona, back there, or maybe back to Copenhagen, because that's one of my favorite cities. Maybe I'm just a fan of canal cities, I don't know. But all of this is just basically me spitballing. Do not make any plans. So yeah, this is not really a proper video, so no Patreon slide, and also the proper video is still upcoming today. It will come out later, and then I will just leave you with the long-haired burger from August until October hits, when I will get back on the somewhat regular schedule. Thank you so much, everyone who attended the meetup. It was a great time. I hope you had a great time too. And see you around, cunts. Oh, and also, shout out to my main man, Robwig Baldus. That's just the best fish that you will get in Amsterdam. Go eat there.